believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean?
You know what's the to me? Is who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't him, but I'll fuck this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
Tony Yayo just pulled up on JPrince, and what he revealed might be the wildest extortion setup hip-hop's ever seen. So here's how it went down. JPrince allegedly tried to flex that check-in or else routine on none other than 50 Cent. But 50, he didn't blink. Instead of bowing down, he straight up exposed the whole game like, come get me if you dare. Just like that, a Cold War turned nuclear between Houston's street boss and G-Unit's battle-hardened mindset. And this beef, it's been bubbling under the surface for years before it blew sky high. But to really understand how this fire got lit, we gotta rewind the tape.
You know what's to me? Is a nigga who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't him, but I'll this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
JPrince, OG founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, isn't just another name in the game. He's the template for a street-level shot caller. Houston, that's his turf. He moves like a storm. You don't hear it coming, but when it hits, everything shakes. He don't need to shout because his name, that alone sends signals. In H-Town, when Prince speaks, people listen. And if you were an artist pulling up in the city without checking in, that was a gamble with your chain or even your safety. That's the kind of grip JPrince had. But then came 50 Cent, and 50 was cut from a whole different cloth. He wasn't into playing street politics with self-proclaimed bosses. Since day one, he's been on that solo soldier wave. Ain't no check-in, no begging for safety, just raw confidence and a crew that moves with military precision. Beefing with Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, and the whole Murder Inquiry Squad. Yeah, that's how 50 Cent carved out his name.
Like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love. But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here. Like even the tax incentive was put back.
Well, yeah. And so a lot of people have been talking about, man, he's here only because they gave him a cheap deal or something like that. The reality is there's more to that deal than that. Way more.
They can't see
Break that down.
I'm spending $20 million this year anyway, in the same building that they're saying was the cheap building.
Right.
So find somebody else to spend $20 million.
From day one, he was known for never backing down, and G-Unit, that was more than a label. It was a militant movement. No check-ins, no ring kissing, and definitely no paying for protection. That energy, it sent a message early on. This man wasn't here to play by anybody else's rules. So when whispers started flying about 50 possibly moving to Houston, the streets already knew. It wasn't just a relocation, it was a statement. Because if 50 Cent showed up in H-Town without bowing down to JPrince, that's not just disrespect, that's a full-on power clash. And guess what? It actually went down.
Came to the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his G-Unity program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence. And so today, we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Now, before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
At first, it was like a Cold War, 50 in New York doing what he does best, trolling like a master chess player. JPrince, meanwhile, was locking down Houston like its silent king. They took slick shots from a distance, but never stepped on each other's blocks, until 50 casually dropped a nuke on Twitter. I love New York, but I live in Houston now. I'll explain later. Boom. Just like that, the game changed. And no, this wasn't for attention. 50 had real business moves lined up. New York taxes were draining his empire. So Houston, that was a strategic shift. Bigger space, lower taxes, and a hip-hop scene ready to explode. Plus, Branson Cognac needed that southern push and Houston's liquor market. Straight fire. 50 had a plan, not just to live in Houston, but to plug straight into the culture, grow his empire, and flip entertainment money back into the city. But here's where things got messy. He didn't check in. And JPrince, allegedly, he took that real personal. Word was he saw 50's move as a bold grab for power, like trying to claim a throne without ever kneeling. In the streets, that's a major sign of disrespect. And when JPrince feels disrespected, pressure follows. Rumors started flying that he sent people to lean on 50, try to get him to pay that street-level tax for protection in the city. But 50? Nah, he shut that down instantly. And he told his team straight up, G-Unit rolls with their own muscle. We don't pay to be safe. He wasn't about to let anybody treat him like a tourist in his own game, and that's when it got heated.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word, checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Allegedly, JPrince clapped back with a no-fly zone order, basically warning 50, you're not welcome in Houston. Now, usually that works on smaller names, but this is 50 Cent we're talking about. Instead of backing down, he fired up Instagram like it was his personal battlefield, dropping memes, slick captions, and subtle jabs that hit hard. He made the whole thing look like a reality show promo. He let it be known. He wasn't here to bow, he was here to build. And behind the smoke, he was already laying bricks for a $20 million G-Unit film and TV studio right in the heart of Houston.
Stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever, yeah.
But I mean, it's a blessing, Rip.
Real talk.
This move could have changed everything. Jobs, internships, a whole new wave of buzz for Houston's entertainment scene. But just like that, the entire $20 million project got yanked and rerouted to Shreveport, Louisiana. Officially, 50 said it was about better infrastructure, but come on, if you're really paying attention, you know what went down. The street politics in Houston were getting too hot. And 50? He's no fool. He wasn't about to play tag with snakes in tall grass. He made a power move, slid out quiet, and kept building. But here's where it gets poetic. JPrince might have tried to push him out, but the city wasn't rocking with that. In fact, they embraced 50 harder than ever.
Don't turn me down.
What you said?
Don't turn me down. What you on, folks?
Don't turn you down.
Yeah, man. What you on, folks?
What you mean what I'm on?
What you on, man? What the deal there? What up?
What up? Man, you want to buy your shit back? What?
You ain't get you flunked out ass little nigga. I'm trying to see where you at. You dumb mother. What you got? $20 out of car?
Nah, nigga. You know what we got? Nigga, stop that cap.
Man. Motherfucker.
Nigga, capping, bro. They gonna believe anything.
You want me to start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy. You on these like y'all.
In 2022, just a year after he touched down in Houston, the whole vibe flipped. The mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, rolled out the red carpet, literally. He handed 50 Cent a key to the city and officially made November 24th 50 Cent Day at the annual Thanksgiving Day parade. No joke, the man was getting love like he was born and raised in the H. The mayor didn't just call him a rapper, he labeled him a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, someone who actually shows up for the youth. Through his G-Unity program, 50 was helping high schoolers make moves, and the crowd, they went crazy. And that wasn't even the whole picture. Through his G-Unity Foundation, 50 started giving back heavy, running turkey drives, handing out toys, donating to schools. 50 didn't just show up in Houston, he took over the whole city. He linked up with the Houston Rockets, Texans, and Astros through his Sire Spirits brand, making moves in every major arena. In 2023, he dropped $850,000 worth of toys on the community, no promo needed.
Call, you know what I mean? Because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that shit that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so.
Then in 2024, he helped raise $500,000 for the Houston Children's Charity, all by auctioning off 2 colossal bottles of his luxury Le Chemin du Roi Champagne. And the whole event, it pulled in a wild $6 million. While 50 was out here stacking wins and giving back like a local legend, JPrince was allegedly watching from the sidelines like a king who just got dethroned. Once the silent ruler of Houston, now he had to watch someone else get love in broad daylight, with cameras flashing and mayors handing out keys. Then comes Tony Yayo, G-Unit's loudest soldier, who stepped up on Vlad TV and finally told the streets why G-Unit never played the check-in game. Yayo laid it out raw. G-Unit's mindset was always military, tight circle, self-reliant, and zero tolerance for street politics. And that check-in game, Yayo didn't sugarcoat it, he called it what it really is. Just a slick way to line up rappers for extortion. You check in, you pay up, or you roll the dice and risk getting robbed.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that, hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Man, you man.
JPrince built his whole empire on the image of protecting artists who touched down in Houston. He crowned himself the king of the H, running this so-called friendly tradition called checking in. Sounds chill, right? But when you really look at it, it's not protection, it's pressure. A street-level scam dressed up in fake hospitality. Here's the unspoken rule. If you're an artist landing in Houston, you better check in with JPrince. Pay your respects, which really means pay up. And the cell, it's supposed to keep you safe. Maybe make sure your chain magically returns if it gets snatched. But let's be real. If you don't check in, that's when things go sideways. Tony Yayo didn't bite his tongue. He brought up Pop Smoke's death, a stark warning. When artists lean on street affiliations or think they're protected without real security, they get lined up. Yayo kept it blunt. This whole protection game comes with strings, and when the heat really hits, nobody's coming to save you. He warned these rap alliances aren't just dangerous, they're federal bait. We're not in the 90s anymore. Talking mob ties, extortion, and setups, that's how you land in RICO territory. Yayo said it flat. G-Unit wasn't messing with that life. No check-ins, no handouts, no street favors, and they chose to move militant, stay dangerous, and keep their own circle tight. Better to protect yourself than owe something to a street dude with a secret playbook. This is where things started to turn real ugly.
You're dealing with older people. They're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got.
NBA YoungBoy slid into Houston on business, but he didn't check in. And just like clockwork, chaos followed. His spot got hit. Chains gone, cash snatched, car keys missing, straight up setup vibes. Then out of nowhere, JPrince pops up on Instagram playing hero, claiming he got all the stolen stuff back. But instead of handling it like a real OG behind the scenes, he hit record and posted a video. YoungBoy wasn't having it. He fired back instantly, calling JPrince a 60-year-old clout chaser. He said if it was really about help, he would have picked up the phone, not tried to go viral. And guess who else chimed in? Cameron and Machi. They dragged JPrince, questioning why he's still trying to play kingpin in an era that's passed him by. They said it straight. Real OGs uplift. They don't extort. If you're still trying to
you know, it become a playing field where, you know, any and everything go.
JPrince's alleged second favorite hustle, right behind intimidation. These high-stakes games in Houston are infamous, not just for the money flying around, but for what really goes down behind the scenes. For years, there's been quiet talk, people claiming they're rigged, designed to trap rappers and line them up, and the saddest part, takeoff. We all remember that tragic night. A dice game spiraled out of control, shots were fired, and one of the most loved voices in the culture was gone. Just like that. But let's talk about what really went down, because the street's been whispering, and the rumors ain't just coming from random trolls. Word is JPrince was heated that Takeoff and Quavo didn't check in properly when they pulled up to Houston. Allegedly, he gave the green light to teach them a little lesson. It wasn't supposed to be deadly, just a scare move, but instead, it turned tragic. Takeoff lost his life. And when the questions started flying, JPrince danced around accountability like a seasoned pro. Every time someone brought it up, he'd deflect, mumble, change the subject, doing everything except take ownership. He even slipped up and basically admitted to destroying evidence, and that's not just shady, that's serious. And let's not forget Duke the jeweler. The man hit a dice game, won $100,000, probably thinking he just pulled off the win of a lifetime. But before he could even make it back to his ride, he was ambushed, robbed, and killed. Another talented black man taken out, not over beef, but over rigged games and this twisted street code that's been poisoning the culture for too long. Now line that up with what 50 Cent's doing. While one man's out here building fear, the other's building community. 50's opening centers, feeding families, handing out scholarships, creating legacy. Meanwhile, JPrince clings to outdated street power like it's still 1995. And here's the plot twist. 50's not just trolling anymore. Word is he's been collecting receipts, gathering real evidence. Word on the street?
And Mike and Junior was walking by. He actually went in the restroom to wash blood off his hand where he had reached up on the Takeoff. He had to pick him up and his fingers went in it. You know why? Blood well.
50 Cent's been moving real quiet behind the scenes, talking to people, collecting receipts, and stacking proof that the whole check-in system might actually be an extortion empire in disguise. And if the feds catch wind of that, it's curtains, game over. And this ain't just about Instagram memes anymore. 50 plays chess, not checkers, and he don't bluff. The man's known for turning jokes into power plays, and right now, he might be building a case or sitting on the kind of receipts that could shut this whole thing down. One post, one leak, one anonymous Fed tip, and JPrince's run might be over for good, because while one man's been holding on to street rep like it's 1999, the other's been building something bigger. 50 didn't just move to Houston, he took the city. While JPrince allegedly tried to scare artists off, 50 got honored by the mayor, passed out scholarships, ran charity drives, and helped build real programs for the people. So now the question is loud and clear, who really runs Houston? The street boss working in the shadows, or the man with the key to the city and the hearts of the people? Let us know what you think in the comments. Did 50 take it too far? Or is he the hero we didn't know we needed to expose the dark side of hip-hop politics? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this with your crew, and drop your thoughts below. And don't miss what's coming next, because trust us, it gets even messier in the next video. See you there.